Hello. So there have been a lot of makeup launches lately. I mean, there's always a lot of makeup launches, but there's been a lot of hype around a lot of products lately. So I thought I would give you my thoughts around some of these products as to whether I think they're worth you actually spending your money on them or not. I've been trying out a lot and I have some thoughts around them. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you enjoy everyday beauty made easy, that is what my channel is all about. I would love it if you would consider hitting that subscribe button before the end of this video if you are not subscribed already. All right, let's go ahead and get into all of these products. I have a bunch of things here and I'll just give you kind of a quick synopsis of how they've worked out for me so that you can decide if they might or might not work for you. So the first thing I want to talk about are these NARS Air Matte blushes. I'll put swatches up of all the shades that I have, but my favorite shade is the shade Darling, and I actually talked about this in my recent January favorites and fails video. Since I'm giving you more of a synopsis here, I might have more thorough reviews. So I'll have that in the description box along with everything I talk about in this video and what I'm wearing. So if you're on mobile, just hit the title below the video. If you're on desktop, just look below that title and you'll see the words show more, and that'll give you your description box. So aside from the shade, the texture of these is very whipped, and I find that I can apply it over my foundation or over powder and it applies very easily and it doesn't take off my makeup underneath, and it wears a decent amount of time during the day too. Even if I have a mask on, I mean, of course I set everything because I do have oily combination skin. It's oily in the T-zone and normal around the perimeter of my face. They're also very buildable, so you're not going to have clown cheeks right away and have to remove product. It starts out sheer and you can build it very easily. They don't dry down too quickly. They allow you to work with them, and then they dry down to a nice soft matte finish. I'm 45 and I don't want to emphasize, you know, anything bad in this area here, and they don't do that. I feel like I have nothing on my cheeks, nothing sticky, nothing is, you know, thick feeling. I think if you like cream products and you want something that's going to wear a nice amount of time and be buildable, this is a great product to have. I also have several shades of the Air Matte lip color. These have been hit or miss for people, and I do know some people that originally thought they liked it, and the more that they tried it, they decided they didn't really like it. I do like the whipped texture when I first apply it, and it feels kind of creamy, but these transfer really, really badly. When I take a drink from a straw or from a cup, a thick layer comes off, and once they wear away during the day, it just leaves my lips kind of dry. I mean, if I want something that's going to stay on my lips, this is definitely not what I'm going to reach for, and if I want something that's going to, you know, transfer like that, I'm going to go for a tinted balm that's at least going to hydrate my lips. I just don't have a place for these, but I really love the cheek color. So for me, cheek color worth it, lip color, no. This next product is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I'm in the shade 230. My foundation shades and concealer shades are also linked in my description box. If you think you might be my shade twin, I do keep an updated list over on my blog. I have light, medium, warm, neutral skin tone for reference. I am very picky about powder foundations. I talked about this in my most recent foundation roundup. If you want to see a more thorough review, it looks really beautiful on the skin. I was using this when my skin had surface dehydration from prescription tretinoin. So not only did it look really good on my dry areas as well as my oily areas. When I say it looked good, I mean it didn't look like powder. It also wore super well throughout the day. I find that a lot of powder foundations make me really greasy throughout the day, or they wear away easily if I don't set them with a setting spray. I don't have to worry about that with this at all. It keeps me shine free. It wears well all day, even with a mask. I mean, this is really good stuff. Every time I wear this, I'm kind of stunned at how good it looks and how long it wears. I love having a product that allows me to get ready super quickly in the morning. If I need to rush out the door, I can just dust it on with a brush or pat it on with my sponge really quickly, and it's not a compromise. I can look really great with it, and it allows my skin to breathe. Just such a good product. I am super impressed with this powder foundation. Did I already say that? It's worth saying twice. If I did already say it, this is that good. Again, if you want to see more information, see my foundation roundup once you finish this video, because there's another foundation in that roundup that I'll be talking about here in a minute too. Now we have the Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara from Maybelline. This was also in my January favorites and fails video. This is a super hyped up mascara. Now I have very sparse lashes and I need volume and length from a mascara, more so volume than length. When I apply this, it makes my lashes clump together into clumps of like, 10 to 12 lashes. And it makes my lashes so clumpy to where it's just super tough to comb through them, even with a lash comb. It gives great length, but it just doesn't give enough volume for my lashes. It's a lot of trouble for me to use. I do want to hear your opinions on these products in the comments below, because I know there's some of you that are going to agree with me and disagree. And let me know what you think of this video as well, because this is my first time doing this. And I'm sure it's not an original concept, this worth it or worthless. I'm sure someone else has done this. I haven't seen that, but I just thought this would be kind of a fun way for me to tell you what I think is worth it and what I don't, because I don't always agree with people. Case in point. So this is actually a product that I meant to put in my January favorites and fails and I forgot. So I thought this would be a good video to put this in, because I do think this product is worth it. And I don't always say that for a lot of limited edition items. This is the NARS Claudette Bronzer and Blush Duo. I think that's what it's called. It's actually called a blush duo, but to me this is a bronzer and a blush, and that's how I use it. I love this shade of blush for just a springy, summery look. That's what we're coming up on. And this bronzer has just enough of a red tone to where it gives you just a nice sun-kissed look. I've really been enjoying using these on a daily basis. It's just so easy to do both my blush and bronzer and not have to worry about anything else. This is actually the blush I have on today, and I just used it kind of faintly. Now, that's not where the shine is coming from on my cheeks. To see that, you need to watch my auric video. I'll have that link below too. So yes, I think this is worth it. If you're, into NARS, if you like multitasking products that do double duty, or, just pretty packaging. A lot of you have been asking me about this product, about whether I think it's worth it. So this had to be in this video. This is the Tartelette Juicy Amazonian Clay eyeshadow palette, and the light is not picking that up properly. So I saw Mel Thompson review this, and she said the formula was really great, and I just thought it was so pretty. She is correct. The formula in this is really beautiful. The eyeshadows are creamy. Now, the reason why I didn't get this right away is because I thought it was just kind of a pinky palette, but it's really not. I mean, you have this whole section down here that's really your neutral tones and golden kind of tones. So you really actually have a versatile palette here. You get a lot of shades. I've lined with this brown shade several times. It's very easy to work with. I mean, all the shades are. And I like that the shimmers are not glittery, super shimmery. They're very flattering on the lid, kind of just soft sheen type shimmers. So if you're on the fence about this, I actually do think it's worth it. I think it's a very, very nice, soft, easy to work with palette. If you like neutrals, if you like, that kind of pink romantic look, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think this is going to be an it kind of depends product. And I hate doing that. I like giving a definitive opinion, but sometimes that's just the way it works out. If you have this, please tell me how you feel about it. This is the Anastasia Iced Out Highlighter, and this is kind of similar in formula to the Amrezy highlighter that everyone went crazy for. So it is a nice formula, and you think it's going to be just this white highlighter. It's not. It's got some gold undertone to it, so it gives it some depth. If you like a highlighter that you can see really well, I think you'll like this. If you like a more subtle highlighter, I don't think that this is going to be the highlighter for you. So that's why I say it kind of depends. I usually go for a more champagne type of shade, although I'll say that it's better than, just an all-out gold highlighter. I do love that it is cut with the white. If you like the Amrezy highlighter formula and you want something that's, got that gold white tone to it, I think you could like this. So this is going to be, you're going to have to decide type of product. Okay, I'm going to talk about all three of the new Rare Beauty products. I don't have the gloss in here, so I'll flash it on the screen. The reason why it's not in here is because it's in my purse. So I've been wearing it. I think if you're a gloss wearer, you'll enjoy the lip gloss. It's got a nice slippy formula, nice and flattering on the lips. I like it. I enjoy it. Okay, so that leaves the cheek product and the cream eyeshadow. And I have already talked about this cream blush in my favorites and fails. I mean, I love the packaging of the cheek product. It's really just different. It's got an oilier consistency. It's very slippy, but it does dry down to a soft matte finish. It's also very sheer and it builds very similarly to the NARS. It applies very well over bare skin, but when I tried to apply it over other makeup, foundation, powder, it removed those layers underneath. I don't know why it did that. I was very disappointed. I tried it several times. I know there are people who have used it and have not had that problem, but there are also people out there other than myself who have had a similar problem. So for me, this was not worth the money. I thought that I got nearly neutral or nearly nude, but I got this, which is very pinky. It's called Nearly Rose. It's a little too pinky for what I would normally wear, but I felt like all the shades kind of leaned pink. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I like this concept. I think it blended out well. I think it wore well and it did not crease. If you like a matte one and done color that's very sheer, I think that you will like this and I think it could be worth it for you. I kind of like a little bit of sheen in my one and done eyeshadow cream products. So I just don't see myself wearing this very much, and also because of the shade. It's a little bit too pink for me. It just didn't really flatter me that much. So for me, these two are not worth it. I think if you have different preferences than me, you might really enjoy these, but that's why I give you my perspective. Sometimes things I don't like, you guys like. Charlotte Tilbury has these new Happikiss balms. There are several shades. These are the 3 shades that I kept. I really enjoy these. I like the formula. There are good ingredients in these. I think you're going to be in one camp or another. If you enjoy a good tinted lip balm that has a lot of pigment and feels very creamy and that feels nourishing and is doing good things for your lips, I think that you will really like these. But I totally get that there are some people that don't see the point in that type of product. But I mean, I would wear these even at home. I just really enjoy a good tinted balm. These are a little thicker than the normal type of balm. I just wore it in a recent video. It's really, really flattering to the lips. The one thing that I don't like about these is the packaging. I just think she could have done better. It's just this cheapy plastic packaging. Once you click it up, it won't go back down. There's a couple of brands that have done this lately and I don't know why. I don't really notice a scent in these, which I'm kind of surprised about because I feel like everything Charlotte Tilbury does has a scent. I mean, aside from, you know, how the packaging feels, I think the product inside is really nice. I've really enjoyed wearing it. So for me, these have been worth it, but everybody's got a different budget. So it really depends on what fits in your budget. So having said that, Milani has a color fetish lipstick that's actually a balm formula and it's got really good pigmentation. Now, I kind of didn't want to get into shades in this video. It's more about product formulation, whether I think it's worth it. I do have the shade 110 Lustful, just so you know the shade. I kind of wish I had gone with a pinkier shade, but that's not here nor there. But this is along the same lines of the Charlotte Tilbury. Also, don't notice a scent. They're very creamy, very flattering on the lips, and they have nourishing ingredients in them as well. And, you know, they're that kind of creamy balm formula with pigmentation. So this would be an option if you want to go a less expensive route than Charlotte Tilbury. And I do think that this is worth it. I would actually like to get more shades of this. Yeah, I've been enjoying this as well. This is the other foundation that was in my recent foundation roundup that's linked below. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut to the chase. I think this is totally worth the money. I want to say this is like maybe $29 or something for 1.1 ounces of product. I have oily combination skin. I don't usually go for a radiant glowy type of product. I fully was expecting to dislike this product and I was expecting for it to wear away and make me greasy during the day, and I love this. This does give me some radiance, but it's not too much radiance. It's just really flattering on the skin and it wears all day. The coverage is nice and it feels good on the skin. I'm in the shade 40 light medium and it provides hydration all throughout the day, which, you know, even if you have oily combination skin, you still need hydration in your skin. Again, if you want to see more details, a more full review down below, but I think for any skin type, this is totally worth the money. NYX came out with a brow glue. I was really excited about trying this and I was really disappointed. It's kind of tacky feeling and I just feel like something is in my brows all day. That's not what I wanted. So this to me is not worth the money. I mean, this video, I don't care if you're spending, you know, $10 or $100. it's still your money. I would rather spend my money on something that I really, wanted to wear and was comfortable wearing. I was expecting this to be different, I think. At least I wasn't expecting it to feel so gummy in my brows all day. If you had a different experience, let me know, but I just did not like this. Now, I don't think this product has been hyped up, but I do want to tell you whether I think it's worth the money or not, because I mentioned it in my monthly favorites video, and I had several people ask a couple of questions about it that I want to answer in this video. This is the Becca Light Shifter Finishing Veil. So this is a finishing powder that you would dust all over your face once your makeup is complete, just to kind of give you an airbrush look and to, diffuse any harsh lines, or, if you went overboard with your bronzer or your highlighter or anything like that, it can kind of tone that down. So I had a few people ask me about the luminosity, the radiance of this. I find it to be very similar to the MAC that I was using before that I ran out of. I've been using this pretty much exclusively because it's not too radiant for me, but it still gives me just that soft focus effect. Yet the shade is translucent enough to where it doesn't, alter my makeup shades either. It doesn't oxidize my makeup or anything like that. So I've been really loving this and will continue to use it. I just haven't heard it talked about a lot, but I think this is totally worth the money. Let's talk about the new Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Brighten and Correct Duo. So this has one end for the face that's a little bit more stiff, kind of similar to the Secret Camouflage that's in the pan. And then it's got a slightly creamier formula to brighten the under eye area. And I've said before that I prefer to use that brightener as a second step after my concealer, just to brighten up the darkest part of my under eye hollows, brighten up the shadow here, brighten up here, which I clearly didn't do today. Just brighten up any areas. And I definitely do like it for that. I don't find it too drying. I love the face concealer. If you want, a kind of one and done convenient product that can conceal on the face and brighten certain spots under your eye, some people do use this as concealer. They don't have super dark circles like I do. So you might have a hole in your makeup collection that this could definitely fill. I think this could be worth your money if you have a need for this type of product. I have a drugstore cream blush in here. We have the Milani Cheek Kiss blush. So again, we're just talking about the formula, although I have the shade Nude Kiss. I do like the shade though. So it's interesting that I have 3 cream blush formulas in this video, but they're all different from each other. So this is a creamy formula that's also buildable. It blends out very, very easily, and it doesn't remove any product underneath it. This one gives kind of a glossy finish, not glossy, that's not what I'm looking for. You can just kind of see a little bit of a sheen with this as opposed to the other two, which dry down and just look like your skin. If you like that look, that's great. I do set it with powder because it just looks a little bit shinier than what I like, and it does stay a little bit tacky. So if I don't set it, it will definitely wear away. Once it's set, it wears pretty nicely though. So the finish is different from the other two for sure, but I do really like this for a drugstore option. So if you're looking for a drugstore cream blush, I think this Cheek Kiss is a great one. Now I do have 2 other products that I think are absolutely worth the money. I am so thrilled with them. They are on my face today. Auric Cosmetics from Sam Ravindal just launched their Glow Lust, which is kind of comparable to Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury, and I do compare the two, and then she came out with some cream and powder shadows. I do some comparisons and try them on and give my over 40 oily combination skin perspective and do a wear test and review and the whole thing. I'll have that linked here for you if you haven't seen it. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!